I'm DJ Mix for MMH, the home of rock radio. Now, it's not every day you get to sit here and say you enjoyed two bands who kind of fell behind the cushion, dissolved and formed something different.
Fell behind a cushion.
Are we like spare change?
He'll dig us out again in like 10 years' time when he's desperate.
We're at least £1.53.
Well, I'm joined by the hot Dan here at Stonedead. How are you all today? Are you hanging?
We are great.
I am hanging like old balls. I'm not gonna lie. I'm unfragile. I'm hair of the dog again.
I took myself to bed sober, like a right loser.
That's because you weren't drinking.
I wasn't drinking. I tried drinking, but it just didn't work. So Andrew and I had a night.
But we stayed up partying, listening to Dio.
Till about
Sounds like an impressive.
I've got a hangover. My neck is screaming in pain. Not gonna lie.
I've got to try and keep this short so you can at least die in peace then. Okay.
We're moaning, sorry.
So, right, Stonedead, it was your third gig so far. I mean, you did Blackpool, Wolverhampton, which I missed because I got too drunk. There you go, I'll catch you again sometime.
Fell behind a cushion.
Story of my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Right then, so we know you don't strangers to this all at all, and this new venture, this current guys, now you can all play live again. How are you feeling about it all? Is it like riding a bike, just picking up straight away, or is it something a little bit different?
I think it's quite challenging. For me, the mindset is you snap back into it very, very quickly, but you've kind of lost the muscle a little bit.
The muscle memory.
So you're just kind of making it look great, but it maybe needs a bit of...
It's a bit like a bucking
Finesse.
bronco at the moment.
Yeah.
You're just holding on for dear life, waiting for it to be over, but
I
in a
forgot,
good way.
like, how much energy it takes.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot that. And
It's
how much sweat is produced. And
right?
it's wicked. I love being back at it.
I've been
It's
bleeding
great.
out of finger places that I've never bleeded out of before.
I forgot
Welcome to being a bass player.
about like gig nails and like
Yeah.
your nails. I don't know. The second you pick up an instrument, within 5 minutes, your nails are just black.
Yeah.
Technique is...
I don't
is
know.
Under the fucking couch. What were we talking about? In the sausage? In the crevices cushion. I don't know.
The sausage.
Sausage, there you go. I'm learning some
I don't
different
know my
about
Sausage
life.
cushions.
Should we move on from that one? Yeah. Right then, so you it's been like a short while since the release of Dance Around. You know, how's the response been to the actual single? And it's been a month and a half. I mean, it's picking up some.
It's been unreal,
It's
actually,
been amazing,
isn't it?
really. I mean, we did kind of things in a funny order, really, with the pandemic and everything. In that we kind of made a band, had a name, did behind-the-scenes footage, had
many names for
merch
the band.
before we had a song, and it was. But I mean, you know, we kind of kept people a bit entertained, kept ourselves entertained during the year that was. And yeah, so you know, it was a little bit nerve-wracking, like actually releasing music, because we made this big whole fuss about all this. All these people have bought T-shirts, and we're like, what if they hate the music?
Haven't even heard a song of ours yet.
Very loyal.
Our influencer careers were just nosediving, so we had to do something.
Yeah.
So we started a band and hoped that
I mean,
we'd
I
find
saw-
fame and fortune.
I saw the eventual. You were originally listed as the hot, wasn't it first? And then
Yeah,
there was
the
like
Hot D,
rings-
my personal
Yeah.
favourite. The Hot D.
Facebook.
The hot da.
Suck it. You know?
Yeah, loads of Scottish dads were loving it. The Hot Dad.
We got stuck there because it was letting us change like one letter every like 14 days, and then when we got to the hot da, that's when it was like you've reached the maximum number of times you can change your page name. It was
And
like,
then we couldn't have the exclamation mark. We wanted the exclamation mark.
and then there was obscenities in our band name. So
Fancy down
Anyway.
sweeting.
we got there. Thank you, Facebook.
And we had a funny ride.
We
to go along
enjoyed
with
it.
as
We
well.
enjoyed it. We should make
Just
some
like everything.
T-shirts with band to be announced. The hot D, the hot da, the
How
hot.
many
Yeah.
band names have we had in the past year?
We've got to have had like 6 or 7, haven't we?
Exactly.
Collect them.
You got there in the end, but you've also got crimes against humanity with the amount of tie-dye.
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Where did that
yeah.
That started off as a joke.
That
It was a
escalated.
total joke.
That's
Do you think
like the giraffe thing.
Yeah, it escalated.
It was
and
like,
then
what are we doing?
And then Josie was essentially running her own
sweatshop.
sweatshop out of the bathroom.
With recruitment, with recruits, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was. We couldn't decide what colour T-shirts to do because we
We
thought.
all actually had a fight about it. I wanted mustard.
Yeah.
You wanted green. You wanted pink, and you wanted blue.
Yep.
So we just
Compromise.
compromise.
A bit of
Definitely have to
fisticuffs.
compromise. I mean, I've been checking back on your social media time and time again, and I've gone back to your video sliding into the bath wearing those trousers. It's just, yeah. So, what is that all about? Yeah.
Honestly, the thing, sometimes I have to check myself and be like, what am I doing? And like all these random things you end up spending your evenings and weekends doing that are nothing to do with the band, really.
We have a whole Dropbox folder full of like content and just stupid stuff that we then just accumulate into a video. And if it makes us laugh, it's going online.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the rule.
Well, that could be the next business venture, all the outtakes on a
Yeah.
DVD or Blu-ray.
Quite
It's coming.
literally.
It's coming.
Our stand-up sets later on this afternoon, so don't miss that.
Right then, so where were we? Okay, right there. Oh, I've just completely lost myself there. Sorry about that. Right then. So, what's on the agenda for the band in the up and coming months, just in the run up to Christmas? Now you've got a series of gigs coming up.
We're going to play a gig on the moon.
Yeah. And tie-dye the moon.
Why not?
Writing, recording.
Yeah.
Touring.
Being a real band.
Yeah.
Doing real band things.
Now we actually can.
Because we can't remember what that was like.
We've got like 18 months to make up for, you know.
Yeah.
That's a lot of gigging and
Remembering.
throwing
Seeing
TVs
what
out
we can
hotel
get away
windows
with
and stuff.
and seeing who we can get to produce our album.
Yeah.
We're going to put some.
There's a lot of tie-dye
We're going
involved
to
in
write
that bribery.
some sexy letters to some sexy people.
Yeah,
Put it in the press. Joel likes it their ass.
absolutely.
Not you know, PR stunts. It's going to get interesting. just watch.
And if we've got time, we're going to do a tour with the Dust Coda.
Oh
in
yeah.
December.
Yeah.
I think
In
we could-
between all of that.
Yeah, we can be bothered. Yeah. Show up.
Definitely, I'm hoping to be at that gig at Dead Wax you've got. I think it's the 15th.
Oh, yeah.
So it's actually standalone, so I'm definitely going to be there. So, right, I'm going to ask a few random, silly questions.
That's our favourite.
Oh, that's all right then.
We live for that.
We do like random and silly.
Okay, right then. It's right then, be on the same loop, the same boring questions, but okay. With festivals returning and gigs, it's got me a little bit nostalgic, so to speak. So with that being said, there have been some strange things going on in that arena and those fields. So, in effect, what are the strangest things you've ever experienced at a festival or a gig?
Your story, Jill.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
I always got to tell the story.
Such a
Because
good
it's the
one.
best.
It's so good.
Well, this was a gig with the Amorettes, but it was actually the first show that I played when Laurie and Josie joined to cover the Amoret shows. We did a little bit of swap swap. So those guys came over to bloody Belgium to do this gig, this biker round gig that we had, this rock show. And I told them the story. I was like, I was here 2 years ago, girls, with the Amorettes. And I remember we had breakfast. They made us a lovely breakfast. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to nip to the loo before we get in the van. So I went to the Portaloo, because it's outside, you know, it's a festival. And, you know, having a wee, as you do, hex down, and felt the whole Portaloo lifting off the ground, and thought, this isn't normal, is it? If you're hungover, you don't really
Levitate.
think, is it just me? Is it just me? Is this actually lifting off the ground? Is it just me? There's no one to ask really, at that point. So, yep, thought I'm about 6 foot now. I should probably say something. Started screaming at the top because I thought it was going to tip over. And they noticed actually someone's in there, so they eventually brought it back down. But they were literally going to empty it while I was in it, and that was the worst day of my life.
Oh my god.
It was fine though. They didn't tip it over, and I got away unscathed. They were very apologetic. That was fine.
That could only happen to you, Jill.
Yeah, it could.
Literally.
Fly on a wall, I pay good money to see that. Right then, any other experiences for you girls?
I did a gig once in Croydon. And, well, actually, I didn't do a gig in Croydon, that's the whole point. But we turned up for this gig, and the venue shall remain nameless, and they'd sold off something like they'd sold off the access rights to the front of the venue. So nobody could actually get into the venue.
Teleporting.
Yeah. So the owner of the venue did not own the front door, like land which the front door was on, so no one could get into the venue. So we turned up, we're like,
Down the chimney.
"Can't get in."
How do we get in?
Yeah, like the whole building was like just closed because you couldn't have access to the front of the building. Wow. We just went home, had a curry. It
I
was
don't
nice.
blame you. I really don't.
And
Right
it's
then.
Croydon as well.
Right then. Next one, fantasy question, and that goes to all of you. You've got all various musical influences as individuals and as a band. If the band could record with one artist, alive or dead, on a collaboration, regardless of genre, who would it be?
This is going to vary. Actually, we'll probably be quite
We'll
similar.
be very similar. Oh, recording with words. I don't think you can actually possibly narrow down something like that.
Multiple options.
It's kind of like, what would you like to wear? Trousers or a t-shirt? You can kind of need a lot of different, bits and pieces. I don't know. Queen.
I had Queen in my head.
Like, or do like
Brian
the
May drove
epics,
past
the
earlier.
boring epic ones. I don't, just the, like, I don't know, David Bowie's brain. Like, you can listen to his catalogue, the chords in there, the weird lyrics, I think we would have a connection. I think you think I'm a bit strange, so, yeah, I think we would really enhance our songs, I think.
What Edge of Bowie would you go for though?
Colourful.
Glam, Berlin Trilogy.
I'd
All of it.
anything. I'd take anything. I would take anything. I'd like the Ziggy stuff, but no, I'd like the Ziggy stuff or the very early stuff they did in the '60s, like the early, Starman stuff. Like that was just raw and beautiful, like innocent. It's what we want to do.
So we've got Bowie and Queen. Any other? I mean, you could like something really, really random, like Demis Roussos or something. Really dodgy like that. So.
I'd go for like any of Iron Maiden and all of Iron Maiden.
Start to finish.
Yeah, all of it. All of it.
70s Stevie Nicks.
Oh yeah, I was going to say.
Oh
Stevie.
yeah.
Jules' voice with Stevie Nicks. Maybe
I hear
Lindsay
that.
Buckingham, an extra guitar.
Yeah.
That would be a fun one. Yeah. Rumours era.
Oh, Steve Lukather. I'd want to work with Steve Lukather or something because that man writes hits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bob Seger, just thrown it
Oh
out there.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to get even more random and random, isn't it? Right then. So then, strange things you discovered about yourselves during lockdown. Stranger than better.
We're all content creators.
Yeah, we are all
Yeah.
2-bit
Yeah.
influencers.
We had to be, wouldn't we? Not having any contact. Oh god, that's a hard one. I have to use my brain now.
I think
Ow.
via this band, I discovered during lockdown that I am not a very good cake baker.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Depends if you
Because-
want to content create.
Depends
whilst
whether
you
you
do
want to
it.
make some sort of bloody hat for your cake out of a balloon. Like,
We got inventive. We made cakes online before we released any music, as any respectable band does.
my entire kitchen ended up covered in chocolate because I poured like reasonably hot chocolate on top of a balloon and it burst twice and
You
it
know
went
what's
all
so
over my
good?
face. And you know when you're like live, you're live on like I don't know anything, and you're just like, don't lose your shit, don't lose your shit, don't lose your shit. That was me. That's like covered in chocolate.
Come and cook. Well, you can come and cook. I can't think of words. Come and cook at my house. Yeah, make
go.
a mess of
Depends
that
how
one.
bad
It
your
was
kitchen
it was
is.
comedy gold though, because it happened twice.
Yeah.
Like-
And all I could hear was you cackling on the
I
other
was
end.
hissing almost.
It almost got to like
it was.
quiet laughter. You know when you're laughing so hard that no
kettle
sound comes
whistle.
out anymore? Yeah, like that.
Cool. Right then. So, next question. This is going to be really, really random. So, would you rather take on Nicola Sturgeon in a boxing match for £5, or dress Boris Johnson in drag and walking around Westminster for your bus fare home?
Do you know, I wouldn't degrade drag like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Someone
that's,
says degrading.
yeah.
I wouldn't want to like put drag through Boris Johnson, to be honest. I think drag's doing quite well enough on its own without his intervention, just like we all were.
Well, enough said on that one. Right then, so right, best of luck with the upcoming gigs. I'm looking forward to seeing you at Dead Wax in December on the tour with the Discoda. Hot Dan, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.